your brother is gone? Yeah. I'm sorry, Daddy said he got 5 other kids. He don't want you. That's what he said. He said he got 5 other kids, so he don't care. So he left. You heard me? So you just want to hang out with Mommy? Okay. You want to go in the store and get you something? All right.
So for those who couldn't really hear the video, I'm gonna just let you know the part that stuck out to me the most was the part where the mom is telling this child, about 2, maybe 3 years old, the baby boy, that the dad doesn't want him because he has 5 other kids. In which the dad posted this video saying that was a complete lie. He was outraged. He even called it child abuse. And a lot of people were saying, no, you're being over dramatic. That's not child abuse. But I'm going to tell you why I agree with the dad here. Because in any other relationship, verbal abuse is recognized. Like if a man tells a woman, you're nothing without me, you're trash, you're worthless, etc., etc. We all know or should know that's verbal abuse. So why is it any different when it comes to a familial relationship? Why is it any different when it comes to a parent and a child? Like this isn't a mom who's reprimanding the child or disciplining the child in any kind of healthy context. This is a mom who's damaging the child's emotional well-being by teaching that child from a very young age, setting the foundation for that child's self-image that he's unwanted by his father, which the father says is false. And not only unwanted, but in relation to his siblings. So now he's not only going to have a resentment for the dad, he's also going to be comparing himself to his siblings and everybody else and feeling inferior to them. He's going to have an overdependence on the mom as he grows up. And when he grows up, he's going to be incapable of having healthy relationships with anybody else because he's going to be a walking wound, at least until or if he gets the healing that he needs. Now, whenever I commented something to this effect, I had people coming at me left and right, which is fine if people want to disagree. But what got to me was the deflection. You know, it was a lot of people saying, well, he ain't pay his child support payments on time. He probably missed visitation. Who's to say that the dad is a better parent? X, Y, Z, and the third, in which deflection is just a defense of a behavior, in which this behavior is child abuse, a verbal abuse of a child. And it's grotesque to me that anybody would ever defend that. But more surprising, it was mostly women. In which I'm thinking like women have more maternal and naturally nurturing instincts that should be thinking of the child first. So it tripped me out. But the biggest deflection to me was when a woman said, well, the dad had no intention of marrying her. Therefore, he should have never had a child with her. He out there having sex with all these women, making all these babies. So that vault falls on him. Now, I get why people feel like that. You come from a religious background, and yes, a 2-parent household can be beneficial and stuff like that. But I've never been the one to hone in on that whole in wedlock, out of wedlock for this very situation, man. It ain't even about whether or not the woman is married in the household. It's not about whether or not the father is present in that household. It's about the health of the environment that the child is raised in, because plenty of 2-parent households have produced broken people. Plenty of them. So even if the woman was married in this scenario, that child would still have to spend time with a mother who's more than capable of disregarding that emotional well-being of that child, in which that was going to damage him one way or the other. So this ain't a case of he shouldn't have been having babies if he wasn't going to marry the woman. This is a matter of nobody should have children if they're not ready to protect the emotional and mental well-being of that child. Period.